Hello everybody, this is TECHNolli, and I hope you guys are feeling well. Some kind of crazy times we live in right now, but it's going to give us more time to make videos and watch videos, right? So let's look at the good side. Hey, I've got some questions for you guys today. Thinking about changing the format of the channel just a little bit because been kind of paying attention to you guys and seeing what you like and what you don't like, and I think that this might work. As you guys know, or maybe if you're new to the channel you don't know, the channel has grown extremely fast. We're over 6,000 subscribers now, and the amount of email that we get and the amount of requests that we get on the channel for help is huge. It's so much that I've had to, and I didn't want to, do a kind of a paid service. And I'm believe me guys, I'm not trying to milk you guys for any money, but you know, YouTube doesn't pay much money to, you know, for the videos that we do. It's certainly not enough to live on. And with so many emails and so many requests, I just have had to start kind of a paid service. And the reason is, I think most of you guys, if you're like me, when you're watching videos, you skip through the videos. You just get to the part that you want to see. That's human nature. We all do it. And so a lot of your questions, I have to say, a lot of them could be solved if you paid more attention to the video details. But anyways, what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about making my videos a little shorter and just providing you guys with the EFI folder, which is what everybody's really wanting, right? Because you want to build your own Hackintosh. But I really want to know from you guys if this is a direction you want me to go. If you want to see every detail of building the USB stick, including the config.p list and everything, or just providing you with the EFI folder and showing you how to make the vanilla USB stick is enough. So, if you're running into problems and if you have issues, then you can go here to this paid support plan here. And this is just to cut down on so many emails that I get that are just kind of too much. And I've got these price points in here to hopefully, I just want you guys to get up and running. I'm not trying to make money off of you. But these are the different things that we have. And then on the downloads page, which you now have to sign in for, but there's no charge or anything. That's just so you can download your EFI folders or whatever other files you guys are looking for. So what I want to do in this video is I've got this little iTX Ryzen 3900 that I built the other day on a Windows-based system. Did the full build, you know, including mounting the motherboard and everything. And I want to go ahead and do the Hackintosh on this. So I'm going to do this new format and see how you guys like it. And then, you know, see if this works better. I want to do more and more videos with different motherboards. But, you know, it's kind of expensive because I have to physically, you know, I have to buy the motherboards to test them. And so I can't do them all. So what I will warn you is that if you want to build, like say this computer, then you really want to choose the same motherboard, and the CPU isn't going to make a difference. Just stay away on Ryzen, stay away from those G series chips because those have audio issues. But you know, if you want to do a Ryzen 5 3600, great, this will work fine as long as you're doing the same motherboard. Graphics cards are a little more forgiving. Now I will say on this build, if you'll remember, if you watched my other video on this, we built this with a Radeon 5700 XT. Well, in order to install the OS on this Hackintosh, it failed using the 5700 XT. So what I had to do with this one is I had to put an RX 580 in here. I got it up and running, went through the install process, no problems, and then I switched the graphics card to the 5700 and everything was fine. So very strange, but I want to try to give you guys as much detail as I can of the issues you can run across, because I don't want you to have those issues. Let me have the issues, and then I can pass along to you a good build, one that's going to work. So on this particular build, because this was for a customer, I had to install the OS with a 580 graphics card, and then I installed the 5700. So let's get started. I want to show you real quick how to make the vanilla USB bootloader so you don't have to go back and forth in my videos to try to figure out those steps. Okay? Let's get started with this one. Okay guys, so here we go. I've got this old USB stick I'm going to use. So we'll go up here to Go and Utilities, go to Disk Utilities, and make sure you select where it says View to show all devices. If you don't, you could have something that looks like this. You click on your USB, you click Erase, and you can't choose GUID partition map. That will not build your USB stick properly. It will not show you a hidden partition, EFI partition. So guys, you have to do this. I'm going to try to show you these little tips so you don't run into these problems. Show all devices. We want to choose the actual USB stick. Now we click Erase, and see here how we have scheme, format, and name. This is what we need. So let's make it USB. Keep it Mac OS Extended Journal. Do not select APFS for this. And GUID partition map, and click Erase. Okay, we're all done. Now, in order for this to work, guys, you have to have in Applications folder, have the install macOS Catalina in this folder. And if you don't have it, then you just download it from Microsoft's website. So if you're on a friend's Mac and they've got Mojave or they've got High Sierra, just have them download it so you can make your USB stick and it'll download into macOS or install macOS Catalina. So now we can go to the internet and just grab a line of text. So just go over here and type in make a USB bootable Mac. And right here we've got this Apple website that shows you the text line that we need to copy. So we'll go down here to where it says Catalina. We'll copy from here all the way to the / right before my volume. Right click and copy. We can close this out. Let's go over here to Spotlight, type in terminal, hit enter, and we're going to right click and paste that line of text into there, but we're going to add USB because that is what we named our thumb drive. So we'll hit enter, type in our password, and then just click Y and enter. This will build the vanilla USB stick. And we can just say OK to that. All right, this will take about 20 minutes depending on your USB stick, how fast it is, if it's a USB 2 or a USB 3. And we are doing this with the new Catalina version 10.15.4. So it works fine, no problems. As soon as this is done, we'll come back. Okay guys, once it's done, you're going to have this install macOS Catalina. And what we need to do is we need to get to the EFI partition on this USB stick. Now also, you're going to download from my website the EFI folder for this build. All right? So we're going to use Clover, and we're just going to use it to mount the EFI partition on this USB stick. So we'll mount EFI, and there's my USB stick. This is the hard drive, so we want the USB stick. Just put in your password, And you'll see right here that this little EFI folder popped up. Right here. And there's nothing inside of it. So the EFI folder we downloaded, we're going to copy it and put it into here. Just that simple. Now you're ready to go into the BIOS and get it ready to load the OS. So let's get going. Okay guys, start tapping that delete key to get into the BIOS, and that delete key is, it's usually the same for all motherboards out there. Okay, here we go. So we want to go to the Advanced tab, and we have PCI subsystem settings. Go in here. Now this is a little different than some of the other boards that we've done, and this is why you have to pay attention to the videos, because things can change. On this one, above 4G memory cryptocurrency mining, we have to have it disabled, okay? API settings, we can leave it by default. Integrated peripherals, we want the onboard LAN controller, Ethernet controller turned on. We definitely want the SATA mode to be AHCI. And here down here, we have our audio controller enabled. USB configuration, everything is turned on. Hardware monitor, no worries. I'm not overclocking, so I don't need to go in there. Power management setup, I want you to enable right here. And then Windows OS configuration, very important. Do not have it on CSM. You want UEFI. Then go down here to Secure Boot and make sure it's disabled. Wake up event setup. Let's change this. We want to go down here to resume by USB device. So if you're using a USB keyboard and mouse or one or the other, and you want to be able to wake up the computer by just hitting a key or moving the mouse, then you want this enabled. And then right here, resume by the mouse, yes, so we want it enabled. And we can press any key on the keyboard to get it to wake up. And sleep does work on this unit, but you just have to check which USB port will work. Sometimes you have to check just different ports to see which one will allow the computer to go to sleep and wake up properly. So just test all your ports. And a friend of mine on the channel here, Barry, gave me that tip. Really good information. So we're going to go over here now to boot, and everything is fine the way it is. And then we're going to save changes and reboot. Make sure you have your USB stick in the computer. Let's get going. Now, since I've already got something on my hard drive, I'm going to press the F11 boot menu button so I can choose the USB stick, because I don't want to choose my hard drive. So right there, SanDisk, and we'll hit enter. And right here, we want to go to install macOS Catalina external, which means external USB. Hit enter. We're going to go through a lot of text like we always do with these, and we'll come up to where we can format the hard drive. Okay guys, so we're coming up here to where we can format our hard drive. Okay, let's select Disk Utility, Continue, and then again we want to click on this where it says View, and we want to Show All Devices, because if you don't, you'll think you're okay right here, but you're not. So you want to Show All Devices. There is my hard drive, so I want to be up here. Erase it, name it whatever you want. I'm going to call this Internal HD. Okay? Now here I do want to choose APFS and GUID partition map and click Erase. Okay. Now we'll just close out of here. We'll go right up here to Install macOS. Continue. Continue. Agree and agree. There's our hard drive, and install. This says it'll come up here and it'll say about 5 minutes to do this, and it's about right. And then it'll get down to about here, down to about 2 minutes, and it's going to reboot on its own, but that's okay. And we want to leave our USB stick in there because we need to use it a couple more times. So I'll come right back. Okay guys, coming down to 3 minutes here. Let's see, I think at about 2 minutes it reboots. Yep, there it goes. Okay, leave your USB stick in there. We still need to boot from it. And here we want to choose macOS installer, which is the hard drive. It'll go really quick on this one. You'll get stuck on a couple of lines, but not very long. Okay guys, now if you've got a Radeon 5700 in the computer right now, it's going to fail right here on this screen. So the only way to get around that is put in a different graphics card. I put in an RX 580 and I got it to go past this screen. But if you've got a 5700 in there, it's going to lock up and it's going to give you an error message. So just a word for the wise. Don't want you to have any problems. Okay, so it says about 12 minutes remaining, and it does take about that long. It's going to go completely across the screen before it reboots, and we do our final reboot. So we'll come back in a few. Okay guys, it says about 3 minutes remaining, but this will go pretty much to the end here. And there it goes. So let's leave that USB in there. We still got to boot back up. And we're going to boot from the hard drive. Okay, so there I am, internal HD. All right. Okay, here we go. It's time to get in here and choose our country. Once we get to this part, I'm so happy. Okay, and yeah, it's fine. We'll leave it like that. Continue, continue. I've got my Ethernet cable plugged in, but I'm not going to sign into Apple because I haven't changed my serial numbers, so I don't want to get logged out permanently. We'll agree and agree. And just let's name it whatever you like and put in a password. You can change your little picture here if you want. We can choose whatever we want. Oh, pretty pink flower. There we go. Okay. All right, then location services is good. I don't want to send them any information. And continue, and we'll set this up later. And sure, we can have Siri enabled. We're not going to record anything right now. Dark mode's fine. Let's get to that desktop. Okay, let's tell it what kind of keyboard we have. Done. So we got our transparent bar down here. And let me go up here to about this Mac and show you what we are. So there we go, 32 gigabytes. There's the Radeon RX 580. Now, at this point, if you want to put in your 5700 graphics card, everything will work fine. I've got it, the config.p list set up to where you could put a 5700 in here. It's just loading the OS that it gets hung up. Okay? Now, I'm going to plug in a little external drive that I have. Okay. All right, so I'm going to grab Clover configurator, I'm just going to use this just to mount the EFI partitions, okay? So let me go ahead and exit out of here. So we'll use Clover because we have to transfer the EFI folder from the USB stick. Now the EFI partition is hidden from us right now. So we're going to go here. This is our USB stick and we're going to mount the partition, put in our password, and then here is that hidden EFI partition on the USB stick. And we have to put this folder right here in the hidden partition on our hard drive. So here's our hard drive. We're going to mount its EFI partition. Open it up. Right there. Click open. So it's empty. So we got to take this folder right here, just this folder, into here. And that will copy it. And we don't need the USB stick to boot anymore. Okay? So let's go ahead and restart. Pull out our thumb drive and let's make sure everything is working correct. Okay, guys. So here we are. Okay, guys, so now I want to show you something. I'm going to show you Video Proc. And I want you guys to see that the hardware acceleration is working perfectly. So I've already downloaded it. I've installed it. So let's go in to Apps and let's run it and see where we are. Remind me later. Let's minimize this and settings. And we'll recycle them both. Recycle this one. Notice we are on Catalina 10.15.4. And there we go. Hardware acceleration detected by Video Proc. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you like this format or if you like the longer version where I show you how to build the complete USB, including the config.plist. And please like and subscribe to the channel. And I've got a very cool $400 Intel computer build coming this week, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you on the next one.